Honey, don't see this movie. And I know that it's a pun, but genuinely, don't see this movie. Let's talk about Honey Don't. And also, we're going to talk about episode 1 of Peacemaker. So, starting with Honey Don't. Okay. So, the reason why I went to go see this movie is because this was the only big movie coming out this weekend. And also, Chris Evans is in it. So, of course, I had to go see it. Okay. But it made no sense. And I'm disappointed in Ethan Coen because Coen brothers this, Coen brothers that. Cool. I'm very disappointed in this movie because there was a beginning, there was a middle, and there was no end. So if you don't know what Honey Don't is about Honey Donahue, and the beginning of the movie starts with a homicide. Or is it a homicide? Or was it just an accidental, this car runs off the road and they don't know if it was a homicide or if it was just an car accident, right? So Honey Donahue is like, okay, let me investigate because something seems off. So I'm gonna go around and ask questions. Classic whodunit kind of thing, right? And you're like, okay, great. The trailer has Chris Evans in it, and it's like this church, and obviously the church is weird. So she's going to investigate the church, and the church is gonna have to do something with these mysterious deaths. Cool. I'm just remembering one point in the movie, and it makes no sense. Okay, this is gonna be a spoiler review, okay? Okay. So she goes, I'm trying to actively remember the movie as I'm actively forgetting the movie as I'm talking about it. So she goes and investigates the church, which is Chris Evans' character, Drew. And what we figure out about Drew is that this obviously it's the stereotype about churches. So this church is weird. He has sex with all the guys. Just follow me. He has sex with all the women. It's a cult. All these things. So you're thinking that okay. So Chris Evans recruits all these women to be a part of his church to use them, and so he's going to. So the death that happens on the drive is his fault. But what we figure out is that the church has nothing to do with the investigation. That is where this movie falls. This movie falters is because the church, which is half of the movie, has nothing to do with the investigation that Honey Donahue is doing. So you're like, why? I can't even talk. I don't even know how to talk about this movie, guys. I'm actually actively making no sense because this movie makes no sense. I'm trying to remember what happens in this movie. So Honey Donahue meets okay, guys, see, I'm not making sense because the movie makes no sense. Okay. Honey meets, oh my gosh. I'm actively trying to talk about the movie and I can't make sense. So Honey meets Audrey Plaza's character, who she immediately falls in love with. I can't talk about this movie. She immediately falls in love with Audrey Plaza's character, and she's crazy. Oh my gosh, my review was falling because I'm not making any sense. Okay, so they have a love scene. Okay. Audrey Plaza and Margaret Qualley fall in love with each other, and they have a few dates. But then also, so remember that part. Okay, so now Margaret Qualley has a sister with like 10 kids, and one of the kids is like such a teen, like such a stereotypical teen. And that teen is like, she's dating this guy who beats her up. Whatever. That doesn't make any sense either. Okay, right? So you got that part. So now she goes to work, okay? And when she goes to work, she meets this random homeless man at her job who's just that she feels like is stalking her. She leaves the job. Oh my gosh. And the old man scares her away. So she ends up running away. And I'm like, but thing is, what I'm saying is the movie. The old man, she feels like the old man is stalking her because he's been in her restaurant for 3 hours. Cut to, she's off of work. She has to go home. She has to get on the bus. The old man is there. She sees him. It's creepy. He says, I love you. She runs off. This is important. Is it? She runs off. The old man goes to Margaret Qualley's house. It ends up being Margaret's dad. Oh, okay. It's her dad. The dad is like, well, I tried to talk to her, but I was being creepy for 3 hours. This is important. I'm getting into a point. I promise. I'm being creepy I was being creepy, but like, I tried to talk to her. Margaret's like, okay, where is she? So the niece goes missing, okay? What I'm trying to get at is the niece goes missing. Okay. So Margaret is like, okay, where is the niece? Obviously, what you're thinking, the audience is thinking, oh, and even Margaret is thinking she got caught up with the church because this church is weird. The woman that got ran off the road, she had the robe from the church. She has these weird sex outfit that's from the church. So my niece, who got beat up by her boyfriend, obviously went to the church for asylum, for like love, right? Okay. This is where, now I'm starting to make sense. This is where the movie falls. It's when she goes to Audrey Plaza for help. So she goes to like the police precinct or whatever, and she's like, where is Audrey? And the guy is like there, and he's like, oh, Audrey's at home. She called me in because she's like sick. And Margaret's like, okay, so I don't know the character names, okay, guys? So I'm saying their actual real actors' names. So Margaret goes to Audrey's place, and she's like, hey, I know that you took the bus home. This movie is so dumb as I'm saying it, bro. So, okay, sorry. Okay, Margaret's like, hey, so I know you took the bus home at night, and so does my niece. Did you happen to possibly see her on the way home? Which makes no sense because we saw the niece never get on the bus because she ran away. And, okay, whatever. So Audrey Plaza's like, no, I don't think I saw her. So Margaret sees 2 teacups on the table. She turns one of the teacups. It has green lipstick on it. The green lipstick is from the niece. And so Audrey Plaza's like, Audrey Plaza's like, I can't remember. She's like, oh, I kidnapped your niece because she didn't love herself. What? As I'm saying, I kidnapped your niece because she didn't love herself enough. So, and she let a man beat on her. So I kidnapped her. And also the woman that got ran off the road, Charlie Day. Oh yeah, Charlie Day's in this movie. Charlie said, you know how he said that she got stabbed a few times before she got in the car? Yeah, that was me because she didn't love herself. So I kidnapped them and tried to kill them because they didn't love themselves. Instead of being like Dexter and going after the people that beat you up, I'm going to beat you up because you let people beat you up. So you see how that has nothing to do with the church? Wait, please give me a chance here. I feel like I'm not explaining it well, but I don't even care at this point. So Audrey Plaza's character is the reason for the homicide and for the niece going missing, right? Okay. So that's Audrey's character. And then Margaret is connected to the Audrey. And what they could have done to tie the church plot, because there's a whole church plot with Chris Evans. Sorry, I can't say his name without fixing my hair because what if he's seeing this? Okay. With Chris Evans. And I got distracted. What? Something. Yeah, he looks really good in it. Like, I think he was just in it to be eye candy because Chris Evans is over here with a corrupt church that sells drugs and kills people, because many people die in this movie. Like, he kills this person's grandma, then he kills the guy kills his... There's a bunch of killing and drugs on this end. And then there's Margaret Qualley and Audrey Plaza and the niece and the investigation on this end. And you're thinking, okay, so how does this stuff connect to the church stuff over here? And it never connects. There's never an arc. Because what they could have done to connect these two things together is, okay, Audrey Plaza is actually straight, right? Instead of, she pretended to be queer because she actually hates queer people. And so she, found out about Margaret Qualley. She hates, let's say that she just hates women, and she works let's go that plot. She hates women. She's the pick-me for Chris Evans. So she preys on women that are smart or not male-centered. Ooh, what? I got an 8. She preys on women that are not male-centered to get them to be a part of the church. And then I lost it. And then I had to see writer's block. Something so Audrey Plaza is something connected to the church. Because I wanted to know more about why they were the way that they were. So that Margaret, see, now we're bringing Margaret over here. Margaret, investigates the church and gets more into it. And then we have another Chris Evans moment yelling at women. The thing is, don't yell at a woman. But also, when Chris Evans does it, okay? It's really, like, I just needed another Knives Out scene, okay? Anyways, I'm disappointed in you, Ethan Coen, is what I'm trying to say. At the end, 2 out of 10, do not recommend. If you don't have AMC A-List, do not watch this movie. Do not waste your money. I'm hot watching this movie. I'm getting hot. We're moving on. I'm so sorry. I spent 12 minutes and 36 seconds talking about Honey Don't, and I made no sense. Doesn't matter, because the movie itself made no sense. Okay, moving on to Peacemaker, episode 1. Apparently a lot of people didn't know that this season 2, episode 1 was coming out. It has come out about a month after Superman, and as we know, Superman is great, directed by James Gunn. Peacemaker season 1, also directed by James Gunn. And I loved season 1. I feel like it wasn't talked about enough, but that's okay because the DCEU was falling apart at that point. I think season 1 came out in 2021, so the DC was just really falling apart. I think that also that same year, the Snyder Cut came out, so it was just not a lot of people were talking about it. But if you haven't seen Peacemaker, please go watch it. It is amazing. And, the Gunn don't jam. James Gunn, I have not seen a bad James Gunn movie. Actually, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 isn't that great. I don't like Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and I don't care. Guardians of the Galaxy 1 is okay. It's good. Part 3 is amazing. Anyway, sorry. Back to Peacemaker season 2, episode 1. So this is following the events of Superman, actually, because we get to see Hawkgirl again. We get to see Green Lantern, and we kind of get a Deadpool moment. Peacemaker wants to be a part of the Justice Gang, and they just kind of put him aside because he's a vigilante. He used to be bad. He used to kill people. He was a Suicide Squad member. He killed Rick Flag. Still not happy about it because I love that character. We do get Rick Flag Sr., so whatever. But I did like Rick Flag. Anyways, and they reject him. So I'm trying to remember this. I feel like I consume so much media that I needed to start doing my reviews the day I watch it because I end up forgetting like the major points. In this episode, we get more of his secret lair that's in the back of his house, and we kind of figure out that it's like this quantum, way bigger than we thought closet. It's not just like a secret lair that Spider-Man has, like that's in his basement or something like that. It's like a quantum time traveling thing because when he opens one of the doors, he sees a whole different universe, which, I don't know how I feel because I think I have multiverse fatigue when it comes to the MCU. So I'm a little bit worried about bringing in this like multiple universes thing into the DC. I have the fatigue, but I'm gonna trust James Gunn. He opens the door, he sees a whole different universe, and he sees his brother, he sees his dad, and it seems like they have a loving relationship, which he's not used to. Um, so there's that plot. Then we get to Amelia's plot, which she has a really good fight scene in this episode. Oh my gosh, I love this fight scene because it kind of ties to, not ties to, it's similar to Ballerina. If you've seen that movie, it's the John Wick spinoff where women can fight. If she is trained to be a fighter, and you see that. But also at the end of the day, men with muscles are going to be stronger than women with muscles. And you see that she's fighting to the death, trying to get all these men. And she can hold up because she's fighting 10 different men, right? And she can hold up. But at the end of the day, it's 10 men versus one woman. Like, huh? And she's just a regular girl. She's not like a superhero. What a great scene. Oh my gosh. And we with that scene, we're kind of seeing her spiral because Amanda Waller is kind of going after her because of the events of the Suicide Squad, James Gunn's Suicide Squad. Her team, gosh, there's so many things that I have to remember. Amelia's team betrays Amanda Waller, so now Amanda Waller doesn't want Amelia to have a job anymore. So Amelia's identity has to do with like CIA, FBI, being a agent. And so she's trying to like figure out her identity there. So I like that. And I'm wondering how that's going to progress with the rest of the season because she does have a relationship with Peacemaker. So it's going to be interesting how their dynamic ends up being. Okay. Vigilante comes back. I kind of don't remember what he does in this episode, but all I remember is that he looked good. Did he say anything? Oh, he is happy to have friends finally. He doesn't know what's going on with Peacemaker. He hasn't seen Peacemaker in a while. And he looked good. That's all that mattered. I think this was a good first episode. I think that comparing this to Squid Game season 3. I know, guys, this is how my brain works. Comparing this to Squid Game season 3, I feel like a lot of when something good, no, actually season 2, when something good happens and there's something great in a show, like let's say with like Squid Games, right? The great thing about Squid Games was the kills, the story, the acting, right? And really the kills and the games was what made it so popular, right? And then so what you would usually happens is when they make a season 2, they're gonna be like, okay, we have to lean into the games and forget about the story and the acting, but like we have to really lean into the games because the audience really liked the games. And so I think with season 2 of Squid Games, they were like, okay, we know what really made this show great was the acting, the storytelling, and also the games. And that's why they got a season 3 and Squid Games is great. So now going back to Peacemaker, a lot of things from Peacemaker season 1 was amazing. But I feel like with this first episode, they didn't do the whole, well, everyone really loved Vigilante. Oh, everyone really loved all these fight scenes. Oh, everyone loved when Peacemaker was really funny. So let's really lean into that for episode 1 so that we get a lot of clicks on TikTok and Instagram. No, this episode was a good foundation and it makes me want to come back because we got the dad, we got his dad coming back, which he killed his dad in the season finale of season 1. So we got his dad coming back. We got his brother. We got him killing himself. Oh yeah, that happened. So at the very end of the episode, he meets himself in the different universe and he kills himself in that other universe. So now we have to figure out how he's going to fix that anomaly because you can't just do that. So it makes me want to come back. They didn't just put everything all in one episode. Did that make sense? Probably not, but that's just how my brain works. Season 2 of Squid Games, very good. Season 2, episode 1 of Peacemaker, very good foundation. I'm excited to see episode 2. Does that make sense? Guys, you followed me. You clicked on this video. I didn't click on it. You clicked on it. Anyways, I give this episode 9 out of 10. I'll go to 9 out of 10 for foundation. I know that better episodes are gonna come. Like I can't compare this episode to like a season finale episode, right? Foundation wise, 9 out of 10. Good. Yeah. Yeah. Guys, don't unsubscribe. Please subscribe. This was a 20-minute review. My reviews have never gone this long. Anyways, if you saw Peacemaker, if you saw Honey Don't, I'm so sorry if you saw Honey Don't. If you see Peacemaker, go watch that. You only get so many signs. You only get so many days in this life. Don't waste it on Honey Don't. Waste it on Peacemaker. But if you saw any of those, let me know down in the comments down below. Make sure to like and subscribe. And if there's anything else that you want me to watch, let me know. I'll see you next time. Bye.